Hi, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 23rd of February, 2021. We're using Lightseer's Tarot for our message today. We have a whole bunch of cards for the overall theme message of the day. This is how the energy atmosphere is charged. And I was just contemplating why we have so many cards in this position, and I'm sensing intuitively this has a lot to do with how we're coming out of the retrograde. So the universe is full of news right now. Our first card is the moon. How beautiful. Yeah, something of the unknown becomes known for us. So our intuition is dialed way up, and get the glare off that card for you so you can see it. Okay. Intuition dialed way up, and it's really about receiving, being a great receiver. And the feeling here is, while in retrograde, some of us may have felt like our senses were dialed down a bit. You know, in spite of the fact that we saw the High Priestess, we've seen the Death card, you know, these are cards typically connected to our intuitive gifts. It's definitely there, but during the retrograde, it may not have been as clear for us. And I'm sensing a greater clarity now that we're seeing the moon. Coming with the moon, yeah, look at this, Knight of Wands. Creative fire, passion, enthusiasm, a desire to move, shake, rattle, roll. The Knight of Wands is a card that can speak to us feeling somewhat distracted, and the moon's energy in combination with the Knight of Wands, I sense keeps us focused, keeps us on track. And then we have, oh, here we go again. Now we've got the Eight of Cups. You know, the eights have been pretty busy with us lately. So the Eight of Cups is moving. It's moving from a good scenario, a favorable scenario, deeper into that same scenario. The energies are getting better, more refined. You know, we're taking our intuition, our very clear intuition. We're taking our fire and our passion, our enthusiasm, our skills and our talents, and we're moving with them. We've got momentum. And then we have the Two of Swords. You know, this card is a bit of an inner debate, and it often insists that we get quiet and we go within. This is why we typically see this character in tarot with a blindfold and hands crossed over the heart space. It's as if, you know, we have to shut out the noise and the busy of every day to hear what's going on with our Two of Swords. So where are we being led? Now, or where are we leading our own selves in the journey? Gosh, I hope we turn over the Hermit in this one. And even if we don't, the presence of the Hermit's energy is definitely here. Now just take a look at this flow. See the moon, see how she's under the water. You can see the rays of the moon reaching her under the water. So she's in great receivership of her own intuitive messaging gifts, right? And then this inspires. The Suit of Wands is very inspirational. So this inspires, this intuitive download, whatever it is for you, inspires you to express, to move, as I said, to shake things up for yourself. And then that puts you in the Eight of Cups. You can travel with that energy. So coming out of the retrograde has us in motion, in, you know, participating in flow and momentum, which we've seen a lot of messages for throughout the retrograde. Now, we have Two of Swords. We may feel like we have to choose between one thing or another thing. And the feeling here with the Two of Swords for me is that we are getting to the point of something. We really do need to listen to our inner voice. And sometimes we have to shut out the noise for that. So wherever you're getting the noise, the distraction, remember, Knight of Wands can indicate some kind of a distraction. Wow, look at this. Following the Two of Swords is the Three. So look, progression. We're moving through. We're getting to the heart of a matter. And that is exactly why we've had to go inward. Listen to the inner voice. Did we see this card in yesterday's reading? I felt like we did. I can't recall at the moment, but we have seen the Three of Swords recently. And I feel that we're in great momentum, Eight of Cups, for moving through that energy, which was stirred up for us on or throughout the retrograde. And that's where the intuitive download is coming from. And that's what's providing inspiration and momentum to move through that energy. And then look at this, another 8. So this is supercharged today, folks. You know, you want to go for it. You want to take a look at this stuff. This isn't something to be sweeping under the rug at this time. If it's there, if it's in front of your face, pay attention to it. Because 8 of Coins, this is doing the work of your soul, and this is bringing you closer to an even greater fulfillment on the path, in the journey that you are on presently. Okay, so let's see what else we got going on here. Look at this. Great exalted energy. This brings us into the sun. And isn't it so sweet? We've got the sun and the moon together once again. So there's harmony and there's balance here. And you have the happiest card in tarot. This is the kind of energy that gets produced by doing this kind of journey work. So being bold, being daring enough to take another look at your Three of Swords life experiences. You know the Three of Swords is a cringer in tarot. Most people gasp when they see it. They'd rather not turn it over because it indicates pain, loss, and sorrow. Do remember, though, that this is pain, loss, and sorrow that's already passed. It has already been visited upon you, and you have been journeying with this kind of pain, loss, and sorrow to bring it into harmony, to upgrade its energy, to change frequency. And here you see in the sun that you're doing it. And coming with the sun, here's more proof. The Five of Wands. So you have the sun completely harmonizing this Five of Wands. This is an inner debate. So here we come back to the Two of Swords. We may feel like we have to choose between one thing or another. I sense we don't. It is some of each for us. Explore one thing and then come back and explore the other. And the Five of Wands introduces an instability. And I feel that this is instability that's already past us. And you're witnessing the work of your soul in your own spiritual journey, bringing the brilliant clarity, bringing the light, the happy, the love, the joy, and so on. So it harmonizes, stabilizes our Five of Wands. Our Five of Wands. And then we have... well, why not? A little bit of chaos and confusion out of the Seven of Cups, because here you are right underneath that Two of Swords. Yet again, Five of Wands, debating with yourself, is it this thing or is it that thing? Do I go this way or do I go that way? And the feeling is, again, you need to get to the heart of the matter. That's the reminder when we turn over the Seven of Cups anyway. All sevens in tarot indicate heaven touching earth within us. And if you find yourself lingering in the Five of Wands style of energy, then you're not getting to the heart of the matter. You're in the process of getting to the heart of the matter, but lingering there can create the chaos and confusion that stalls us on the Seven. Now, I don't sense that we stall or linger there very long because we also have the Eight of Cups. So we move, we get underway again. We stay within the momentum. We recommit to doing the work of our soul, which moves us through our Two and our Three of Swords. And where does all this lead us to? What's next? The Two of Pentacles. And I think, we saw this card recently as well. And this is happily juggling all the aspects of one's life. And so often this card is spoken of in a way that it's overwhelmed, that it's too much. We have too many balls in the air. We have too much to do, too many things to consider, too many options before us, options 7. And really we don't. It's truly about getting to the heart of the matter. That's the spiritual journey work here. And that brings the stability and the happiness that we're seeing in the sun. Yeah. And, we navigate this successfully because now we have the Queen of Swords. So for some of us, this Two of Swords and feeling like we have to choose one way or another way definitively, recognizing that we don't exactly have to do that. The Queen of Swords swoops in with the Ace of Swords in her hand and brings even more brilliant clarity, sun, to whatever this situation that's unfolding for you, and really liberating you from your 2 and 3 of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is here saying, here's great strategy, here's great discernment. Where do you find that? You find that right in your heart space. Why is that? Because that's the work of your soul, to return there over and over and over again. And you may feel like you've been set on repeat with a good number of things. This intuitive download, though, that is coming from the moon, the repeat comes out of the retrograde, giving us the opportunity to run our fingers through things again and again, to reminisce, to reflect, and to garner our gains. Retrogrades are awesome for that. How are you garnering your gains? You're being reflective, you're being intuitive, and you're bringing that reflection and that intuition into the brilliant clarity of the sun. And then that brings the discernment of the Queen of Swords. And remember, she doesn't suffer any foolishness or nonsense, most especially her own. She runs the Ace of Swords through that. So the message of brilliant clarity is on offer to us in the reading 2 times over now. Okay, moving on, the next 2 cards. Yes, I love this. Now we're at the 7 of Swords. This is how we rob ourselves of our joy, by, kind of doing the infinity loop of the 2 and the 3 of Swords. This isn't, as I said earlier, a place to linger because we have so much momentum in the reading in the 8 of Cups, in the 8 of Wands. And we even have some of the momentum in the 5 of Wands. This is very busy energy. It's a little bit static and it doesn't appear to be going anywhere, but it is moving into stabilization. So as you come into brilliant clarity, love, bliss, happiness on the sun, deeply bonded to your own intuition, bringing your raw enthusiasm, skill, and talent, you navigate this energy really well. So here we have this second 7 in the reading, in the 7 of Swords. And as I said moments ago, this card highlights for us how we can rob ourselves of our own joy by staying too deep in this 2 and 3 of Swords. So we're moving out of it. We're deciding to juggle things. We are deciding to be very discerning and to stay in harmony with what we hold in heart space. So this is a speed bump. It's a little hiccup in the path, and it is a gift and a blessing that is coming to us out of the retrograde. So it is to be embraced, enjoyed, studied. It's meant to be edifying to us. And then our last card, look at this, the gorgeous High Priestess. So we start with the moon. This has been happening a lot. The first and last cards have been connecting deeply in our daily messages here. So we have this brilliant clarity and intuition in the moon, first card of the reading, and then we have brilliant clarity of the High Priestess, last card of the reading, both major arcanas. And then this is ultimately, if you look at the flow, all the energies moving this way. Might be slightly circuitous over here on the 5 of Wands and a little bit here on the 2. But we straighten it out, and you can see that the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Swords, they're looking toward the High Priestess. We're heading in that direction. And, even our 8 of Cups is walking off that way. So garner your gains, gather the energy, pay attention to your intuition, listen to your intuitive downloads, and pay attention to the signs and symbols that are appearing in your environment and follow them. Ask yourself a few little questions like, what have I not considered? And is this in harmony with the vision I have for my life? And is the energy investment that I am putting into, fill in the blank here, again, fulfilling to my heart space, to my vision, to what I am in manifestation for, what I am blossoming with on my foundation. The High Priestess, she won't give you the answers, but she'll point you in the direction. And when you ask questions like that, expect a solid intuitive answer. Let's move on to angel answers. Ask a question if you have one. Let these cards confirm something for you, or be a fresh message. Our first is, how sweet is this? There is something better. There absolutely is. You've already discovered what that is, and you've been moving in that direction anyway. So keep going, keep flowing there. Listen to your intuition, follow that. It will keep you on this track. All right, next. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the moon, the high priestess, and now listen to your intuition. Apparently we needed to hear that a good number of times in the reading. And you know what's going to happen, I feel. I feel that in hindsight, we're going to see exactly how the intuition arrived. And then we're going to feel this message deeply within ourselves. And I also feel that we're going to be pleased with how we navigated the energy atmosphere. One more. Yeah, there is something better. You know it. You're already living it and experiencing it. You've got something looping back around that might be causing some doubt, some fear, and a need for greater discernment to get to the heart of the matter of doing the work of your soul, living in the happiness and bliss, even when it destabilizes, causes chaos and confusion, and makes us question whether or not we're juggling things good, right, well for our own selves. And ultimately we discern that we are, and we continue to choose in that way because we have no desire whatsoever to rob ourselves of any kind of joy. And we know that when we listen to our intuition, we really do find our feet solidly planted on our foundation. So keep up that really great work. Our last card is from the Spirit Junkie deck. This is going to be our affirmation. Look, you know, it's the sun showing up again for us. The more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Yes, choose to shine. Do that. You can't go wrong. Thank you, as always, everyone, for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe here on the channel. Always appreciated. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste, and bye for now.